Five, 10 straight lines. Sit down. Sit down. 9th CBSE class, no? This is. So we had started with the French Revolution, right? Do you remember? I'm a history teacher, yes? Yeah. Because we are really meeting after a very long time, right? So you want me to brush up with whatever things we have learned till now in French Revolution? Yeah, okay, I'll brush. No worries. In the starting of the chapter, you all saw that there was a sudden riot-like situation, which they have described about the storming of Bastille Fort. Yes. In that, what they are trying to tell you is something in the middle of the events that are happening in the French Revolution chapter that they have put it in the starting of your chapter. So it is they are trying to tell you that how people were getting agitated and how French Revolution started. It is not actually from where the chapter should have begun, but still they have given you this incident as a starting because they want to create curiosity in your mind to understand the facts behind why this French Revolution took place. Okay, so 14th July 1789, storming of Bastille Fort happened because of a rumor. Mark this date in your mind, in your book. This is very important. On this date, people were storming the Bastille Fort because of a rumor, and the rumor was that the king's army, the king's men, the king's soldiers are going to come and they are going to attack all the people. The rumor is, but will be the rumors spread very quickly. Yes or no? Truth, it takes time to spread because it has to be verified. But rumor, it is just a unknown fact and that gets spreaded very quickly. And that's the reason that people believing this rumor and they all attack the Bastille Fort. Now, why Bastille Fort? ऐसा क्या खास था इस fort में कि सारे उधर ही दौड़ पड़े? The reason behind that is it was a symbol of the absolute monarchy. Yes, because it was the symbol of the king's rule, Louis XVI, and because it was he was a tyrannical ruler and it was a symbol of his despotism. They attacked this fort and they, they break down this fort and they robbed, I must say. They took away all the arms and ammunitions from this fort and they also released around 7 prisoners. In this fort, they had, put up 7 prisoners inside this fort. They were all released. Arms and ammunitions were robbed because these people of France, they were thinking that soon the army or the king's soldiers are going to come and they are going to attack them. So obviously they cannot fight with the Bale and Kharchi and all that. So they will require some arms and ammunition, right? So for that reason, they attacked this fort and they took all these things. Some people, they were even purchasing some broken pieces of this fort as a souvenir. Souvenir matlab nishani ki tarah, as a memento. They were purchasing it as a memento and they were keeping it in their house to show that this is how they are going to remember this event of Bastille. Am I clear with this whole thing? This is just a quick revision. I am not going much into detail because I think we had completed till page number till page number 7. Yes, up till USA was the first to take up Montesquieu's idea of division of power. But anyways, but since you all want a rough revision, so we'll take up. Now, why people were so angry with this Louis XVI? Louis XVI was their king, yes, and he had become king in the year 1774. He was only 20 years old, quite young. He was married to Austrian Princess Marie Antoinette, and people of France were not happy with his decision of marrying an Austrian princess. They wanted, they wanted to make a relationship with someone who is in a friendly nature with France, but he had made up a marriage alliance with someone who is an enemy of France. So obviously they were not able to digest this fact. Then, moreover, after this, he had around 5 methods of draining out all the wealth that he had in France treasury. First thing was he was spending very lavishly on the palace that he was staying, that is the Palace of Versailles. Then he was unnecessarily waging wars with other countries, and wars always bring economic loss and crisis. Secondly, he was also helping, or thirdly, he was helping the America to get rid of British 13 colonies in America. Yes, so दूसरों के काम में टांग गड़ाओगे तो ऑब्वियसली पैसा तो खर्चा होगा ही ना. तो अमेरिका का क्या कुछ लॉस था क्या? ऑब्वियसली नो. But America was in a profit. उसको क्या मिल रहा था? He was getting help from France, and it was saying, okay, तेरे पास ज्यादा पैसा तो आके लुटा के जा. I'm not caring about it. So this was the third where he was spending money. Then he had taken up loan because already he had so many government universities, government hospitals, government offices. He had to run all that. And for that, there are so many expenses, and his treasury was almost getting emptied. So he took loan. He had taken loan of 1 billion livres. And now this livres or livres, whatever you say, this is a currency of France, which was earlier prevalent. Now it is no more in use, but previously they had this livres as a currency, 1 billion livres. But अब interest लग के बच्चा कितना हो गया था ये? 2 billion. 2 billion livres. Moreover, the society at that time, which was not very easy. See, in India, we have always heard about untouchability, right? We have heard about Brahmins, we have heard about the Varna system, we have heard about Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya, right? But here in France, their society was differently divided. First estate was known as the clergy. The second estate was known as nobility, right? Nobility. And then the third estate was known as merchants, businessmen, everyone. Or you can, for your understanding, you can say it as commoners. Nowhere in your NCRT they have mentioned it to be a commoner. They always write it as third estate. Okay, but for our easy understanding, we will be using this term as commoners. Commoners are not just commoners; they are also some of them who are middle class, upper middle class. They are having money. They are wealthier society. Okay. So commoner में हर कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई बहुत गरीब है, किसके पास पैसा ही नहीं है. Okay, so have a broad outlook. They are just those who don't belong to nobility and the clergy group. Okay, am I clear, everyone? Then, besides these three groups, if you see the whole of the population, maximum population was around peasants. That is in your third estate. 90% population was with your third estate. Whereas only 10% population constituted the clergy and the nobility. But maximum land, how much land they have given, beta? They have given around 60% of land was with the nobles. Around 60% land is with the nobles, and remaining, I guess, around 30 it must be the clergy, and very less that is remaining behind is with the third estate. So maximum land is with those people who constitute minimum population. Are you getting me? Here the clergy and the nobility are only 10%, no? Yet they are having land around 60%. And these commoners, they are 90% in population, and still they are having very less land. So you can see how disproportionately the wealth is distributed in the French society. If this is going to be the case, obviously the third estate people are going to get very, very angry, disappointed, frustrated. Have you ever seen a society where there is a lot of a gap between the rich and poor being very happy? No. If there is a very big gap between the rich and the poor, obviously there is a lot of tension, frustration existing between the people. That is the case here. Then there was also a system of feudal dues. Feudal dues. I hope in your lower classes you have studied about what is feudalism. Right? Bye. Okay, I'll try to explain it. एक होता है बेटा राजा, कौन होता है राजा. Now the king is having whole of the land with him. Yes, because he is the king. Whatever territory, whatever area that he is ruling upon, it is his. Do you agree? But इस पूरे इलाके में क्या अकेला राजा ही सब कुछ मैनेज कर पाएगा? No, not possible. He is one man. He cannot manage everything. So he will give away his land between the duke and the duchess. Have you heard about these words, duke and the duchess? Who are they? Prince and the princess. Yes, just another way of saying Rajkumar or Rajkumari. Yes, so Duke is a Rajkumar, Duchess is a Rajkumar. So he is going to divide his land. Let's say this much is the territory of the king. Okay, so this he will be dividing it among his relatives or dukes and the duchess. I don't say that these many boxes as I have drawn on the board, all these are his kids. No, I'm not saying that. मामा का बेटा, चाचा का बेटा, all these things are there. No, राजा के पास भी होते हैं बेटा ये सारे रिश्ते नाते, सिर्फ आपके पास नहीं है. Okay, so ये मामा के बेटे, चाचा के बेटे, भतीजे, cousins, oh my God, they are always there for everyone. Yes, so इन सब में ये क्या हो जाएगा, land वो distribute कर देगा and that will be referred to as duke and duchess. अब ये खुद जाके farming करेंगे क्या? नहीं, उनको कहाँ आता है? They are living a lavish princely lifestyle. So they will be distributing this land to some knight. You must have seen in an image, you know, एक घोड़े पे बैठा हुआ एक आदमी रहता है, हाथ में तलवार लेता है, एक टोपी लटकती रहती है उसके सिर पे, रखी रहती है, वो गिरने वाली होती है. Okay, so that's a knight. उस knight को क्या कर देंगे, अपनी अपनी जमीन के टुकड़े दे देंगे. Suppose if let's say, suppose this girl is a duchess, she's a princess. Okay, तो इसने क्या किया, इसको तो फार्मिंग आती नहीं है. What she did, she hired 5 or 6, I mean 9 knights she has hired, and each of these pieces she has entrusted to each of the knight. Okay, now these knights, what they are going to do, are they going to do farming by themselves? उन्हें भी नहीं आती अभी, वो भी अमीर है, रईस, बड़े बाप के बेटे हैं, उनको भी नहीं आता. What are they going to do now? They are going to entrust this land to some peasants. ये तो बेचारे फार्मर है, जब से पैदा हुआ है मुश्किल में ही पैदा हुआ है, तो क्या अब ये किसी और को दे पाएंगे क्या जमीन? नहीं, खुद ही जाके क्या करेंगे, इन छोटे छोटे जमीनों के टुकड़ों पर काम करेंगे. Am I very clear? तो ये काम करेंगे, काम करने के बदले इनको क्या मिलेगा, इनको नाइट देगा some food, a shelter and nothing. And exactly nothing. Okay, some food and some shelter, and in return the peasants are giving this knight lots of crop. नाइट क्या करेगा, इतना सारा खाना पीना खुद ही बैठ के खा जाएगा, हट जाएगा, जेल के आदमी है, बहुत सारे केजीज ऑफ व्हीट एंड राइस have grown, no, अकेले खा जाएगा क्या वो सब? नहीं, तो क्या करेगा, वो उसे बेचेगा, बेचेगा ना, पैसा मिलेगा ना बेचेगा, तो पैसे का एक हिस्सा अपने पास रखेगा और बाकी हिस्सा किसको दे देगा, ड्यूक्स एंड डचेस को. ड्यूक्स एंड डचेस भी क्या करेंगी, इतना पैसा अपने पास ही रखेंगी, तो अपने किंग को क्या देंगी, किंग पूछेगा तो उसको भी तो कुछ देना पड़ेगा ना. सो एज अ टैक्स दे विल बी पेइंग सम, दे विल बी कीपिंग सम अमाउंट विद देमसेल्व्स एंड देन दे विल बी पेइंग द रिमेनिंग अमाउंट टू द किंग. अगर सब बीच के सारे बिचौलिए, these agents, if they are keeping money with themselves and giving only some part of it to the king, do you think king will be getting a lot of amount of money? No. Actually, how much he should have got, in reality the amount that should have reached to the king, that is very very less, because in between all these people, I have shown only 2, there are many, there are earls, there are barons, I have just shown these 2. In fact, there are many more divisions in between. Okay, but I cannot explain the whole thing in very much detail, so I just told you about these 2. So if so many people are eating money in between and finally the money reaches the king, that money which is coming towards the king as a form of tax, it is very very less. Now why is king being so happy with this less amount of money? Because he doesn't want to keep a permanent army. He has not kept a permanent army. इसके पास permanent army नहीं है. This army that the king is getting in the times of war and all, that is maintained by the duke and the duchess, by the knights. and they are on the pretext of maintaining this army, they are demanding this feudal dues. What are they demanding? Feudal dues. Am I clear? Okay. तो राजा अगर अपने पास खुद की आर्मी रख लेगा तो क्या इन्हें इस बीच के बिचौलों की जरूरत पड़ेगी? एजेंट की जरूरत पड़ेगी? नहीं. जो भी ये कमाएंगे इसके ऊपर डायरेक्टली टैक्स कौन लगा देगा? इन पर किंग लगा सकता है, और वो सारा पैसा किसके पास चला जाएगा? किंग के पास जाएगा. बट किंग इज नॉट रेडी टू कीप अ परमानेंट आर्मी, क्योंकि परमानेंट आर्मी रखेगा तो हर महीने तनख्वाह देनी पड़ेगी. आर यू गेटिंग मी? हर महीने अगर सैलरी देनी पड़ेगी तो किंग को लग रहा है मुझे ये महंगा पड़ेगा. बट किंग इतना बेवकूफ है कि उसे समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा है कि हर महीने उससे ये सारे लोग बीच में लूटते जा रहे हैं. Am I very clear? बाद में आता है उसको समझ में. जब समझ में आता है तो नेपोलियन क्या करता है? हटा देता है फ्यूडल ड्यूज. ओके, पर काफी टाइम के बाद समझ में आता है कि फ्यूडल सिस्टम से राजा का इनफैक्ट क्या हो रहा है? लॉस. और राजा उस समय प्रेशर में भी होते थे बेटा, क्योंकि इन सभी बीच के लोगों को भी तो कमाने का कुछ तो जरिया देना पड़ेगा ना. If he is not giving these people a chance to earn money, then will they be very loyal towards the king? No. Since they are getting this chance to earn money, they are showing their loyalty to the king. If he takes away their means of livelihood, if he takes away this feudal system, if he removes this feudal dues, then do you think he'll get the support of knight and dukes and the duchesses next day morning? No. Okay, so this is the whole system of feudal dues that was happening in those days, and because of these feudal dues, these poor peasants had to face a lot of problems. They had no money, they were getting only some foods and a small shelter to live in, and in spite of that, they were forced to pay 3 types of taxes. First tax is your tithe. It is a religious tax. This is supposed to be paid, 1/10 of whatever you earn in your annual income. Let's say she, I don't know your name, so I will be referring you with, pointing, so don't mind, okay? So she, she earns 10 lakh rupees in a year, okay? For example, we are taking. So happy. Everyone is getting so happy. 10 lakh is very less, beta. Keep upper aims now these days, okay? So it's just for an example, she earns 10 lakhs rupees. Now, if she is staying in France at those days, then she will have to pay 1 lakh rupees aise utha ke church ko in the form of tax. And that's a religious tax that's known as tithe. तो उसके पास बचेगा कितना? Only 9 lakhs ना. 1 लाख बहुत बड़ी अमाउंट है. 9 लाख में खुश नहीं होने का. 1 लाख तो बैठे बैठे क्या हो गया? चला गया ना. मेहनत की थी ना कमाने के लिए. These peasants and these third estate people had also put in efforts, beta. But who took away their 1/10 or the 10% of their annual income? The church, in the form of tithe as a religious tax. And if they did not pay, many students in other classes, they were like, "Ma'am, हम लोग भरेंगे ही नहीं. हम लोग क्यों भरे? हम भरेंगे तो ये हमसे लेंगे ना. हम लोग लेंगे नहीं. हम भरेंगे नहीं. हम लोग जाएंगे नहीं. चर्च में नहीं जाएंगे." All these things they were saying me. So you think, beta, even in today's context, you think. If there is a big religious ceremony or a festival, even if you are an atheist in your mind, that is, you have no belief in God or something, but parents के लिए, society के लिए, समाज के लिए आपको जाना पड़ता है उसमें, है ना? दिखावा के करने के लिए ही सही, आपको जाके 2 मिनट खड़े रहना पड़ता है. शिव जी का अगर कुछ निकाला जा रहा है ना, कुछ झांकी वाकी, तो जाके खड़ा रहना पड़ता है. जो भी प्रसाद देंगे वो खाना पड़ता है. Why we are doing this? Because of the societal pressure. In those days, this was very, very high. In these days, so it's okay. You can have the guts to say that I'm an atheist and I don't believe in any religion. But in those days, it was not allowed. If someone is trying to say that, no, I'm not going to pay it, then he would be boycotted by the church people. The clergy would be citing them. They would be saying like, no, you are not a Christian now anymore. We are not going to sell you goods. We are not going to keep you in the village. You are not allowed to stay in this house. You are not allowed to get married. You are not allowed to have children, and many more things. That's a boycott. Society क्या कर देती थी, उन लोगों को boycott कर देती. हम सोसाइटी में रहते हैं तो बहुत सारी चीजें हमको रोज खरीदनी पड़ती है, इंटरैक्शन करना पड़ता है. हम बाइकआउट होकर नहीं रह सकते, है ना? तो ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता था, तो तुमको पे करना ही पड़ता था. देन नेक्स्ट वाज अनदर टैक्स. Tail tax. What was this, beta? Tell me. It was a direct tax. It was a direct tax. Now you all know your parents must be paying income tax. Yes, whatever they are earning, some part the government, Modi government takes away. या आपके हक का पैसा वो ले लेता है, जिस पैसे में आपकी टॉफीज आ सकती थी, आपके कुरकुरे आ सकते थे, है ना, आपके नए कपड़े आ सकते थे, और पता नहीं क्या क्या आ सकता था, सब कौन खा लेता है, मोदी चाचा खा लेते हैं ना. So that's a direct tax, that is an income tax, that was known as tail. And then there was some indirect tax also. In today's date, it is a taboo if we talk about alcohol, if we talk about tobacco, we say, tobacco khata hai, kaisa aadmi hai na? That's how we say. But in those days, it was a daily commodity. हर कोई खाता था, रोज खाता था. उस पर क्या लगता था बेटा? Indirect tax. अगर तंबाकू खरीदने जाए कोई, अगर कोई शुगर खरीदने जाए, then they would have to pay this indirect tax. Am I clear बेटा? और ये तीनों इतने बड़े बड़े टैक्सेस, ये फ्यूडल ड्यूज, ये सब किसके सर थे? Only third estate people. The clergy and the nobilities were completely free of any taxes. उनको कुछ भी पे करना नहीं पड़ता था. Done? No. Then comes this part, no? That's subsistence crisis. See, people in France are not happy. Why they are not happy? Because their population is better increasing. पहले कितना था? 23 million in 1750. Now it has increased to 28 million in 1789. आप सोच रहे हो मैम इतना भी क्या हो गया? 5 million से ही increase हुआ है within 64 years. क्यों इतना चिल्ला चिल्ला के एनसीईआरटी हमारे बुक में छाप दिया इनका पॉपुलेशन, है ना? इसके पीछे रीजन है. Suppose if you are 7 people, 8, I'm also a kid, okay? So there are 8 people in this class and there are only 4 chocolates. क्या करोगे? मुझे तो एलिमिनेट ही कर दोगे ना मैम, आप तो बड़े हो, आप क्यों चॉकलेट खा रहे हो, आपके दांत खराब हो जाएंगे. हमारे दांत तो क्या फिर से नए आ सकते हैं, समस्कोप, बचा कुचा, विजडम टीथ वगैरह. तो आप तो छोड़ ही दो. तो हम लोग 7 जन है और 4 चॉकलेट है, आप कैसे भी हम लोग डिवाइड करते हैं, आप जाओ मैम बाहर जाओ, ऐसा कहोगे? चलो फिर भी मान लेते हैं 4 चॉकलेट है, 7 लोग है, तो सबको एक एक चॉकलेट तो नहीं मिलेगा, है ना? पक्का नहीं मिलेगा. सबको आपस में क्या करना पड़ेगा? कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. तो मान लो आप लोग बहुत यूनाइटेड बच्चे हो, अच्छे बच्चे हो, तो एक ही चॉकलेट में कर लिए डिविजन अच्छे से और डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करके मिल बांट कर खा लिया. लेकिन यहाँ फ्रांस में ऐसा हालत नहीं था बेटा. कितना डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे, कितना डिवाइड करेंगे? द पॉपुलेशन हैड इंक्रीज्ड टू 5 million. 1 million is equal to how many lakhs? 10 lakhs. Now 5 million means 50 lakhs. मतलब खाने वाले मुंह कितने बढ़ गए? 50 lakhs. और बनाने वाले जो उगा रहे हैं, पेजेंट जो है, फार्मिंग जो करे, खेती बाड़ी जो करे, आर दे आल्सो इंक्रीजिंग? नो, दे आर कांस्टेंट. सपोज इफ दे आर आल्सो इंक्रीजिंग, द लैंड, इज द लैंड इंक्रीजिंग? Is the productivity increasing? No. The land of productivity is constant and the mouths who are ready to eat food, they have increased. तो क्या सबको खाना मिलेगा? नहीं मिलेगा, है ना? सबको खाना नहीं मिलेगा तो आधे से ज्यादा लोग क्या हो जाएंगे बेटा? भूखे हो जाएंगे. अरे पहले भूख लगेगी बेटा, पहले ही मार दिए इसने, ऐसे मारो मत पहले, पहले भूख लगेगी. भूख लगेगी तो लोग क्या करेंगे? गुस्सा करेंगे, झगड़ा करेंगे. आप लोग को भूख लगती है, घर पे मम्मी खाना नहीं देती, बोलती बैठ भूखा, कम मार्क्स आया टेस्ट में, खाना नहीं मिलेगा आज, तो क्या करते हो? हम ऐसा होता ही नहीं हम लोगों के साथ, है ना? बहुत अच्छे बच्चे हम लोग फुल मार्क्स लाते हैं. ऐसा है क्या कुछ स्टोरी? या पनिशमेंट के अलग अलग मेथड्स है आपके पेरेंट्स के पास? हाँ, खाने पे नहीं उतरता है. Suppose if you are not getting food and so you have money, you have lots and lots of money, your wages are good, but you are not getting food because there is no productivity. किसी ने उगाया ही नहीं. आप 10,000 देकर भी 1 किलो गेहूं खरीदने के लिए तैयार हो, लेकिन 1 किलो गेहूं अवेलेबल ही नहीं है, 1 किलो चावल अवेलेबल ही नहीं है, तो आपके 10,000 वही खाओ फिर. वही नोट खाते रहना, है ना, वो तो खा लेते, चावल चाहिए वो तो मिल नहीं रहा है। यही हाल था बेटा उस समय में फ्रांस में, दैट इज नोन एज सबसिस्टेंस क्राइसिस। दे आर हैविंग वेजेस, even if the wages is good, there is no food, and moreover even if the wages are kept constant, the things are very costly, prices are rising. If the prices are rising, will the people be able to afford to purchase things? No, na? No. Yeah. So with this, because of this reason, there was a wide gap between the rich and the poor, and this is what we know as subsistence crisis. ऐसे में बेटा एक और प्रॉब्लम आ गई, क्या आई होगी प्रॉब्लम? फ्रांस के लोग बिल्कुल जेठालाल की तरह है, एक प्रॉब्लम खत्म नहीं होता दूसरा प्रॉब्लम आता है। सीरियस देखा होगा ना आप लोगों ने तारक मेहता, कैसा हमेशा इतना एक प्रॉब्लम में ही लगा है। I don't know from where he invites all those troubles for himself. The director maybe. यहाँ के जो फ्रांस के लोग हैं इनकी भी यही हाल है। Their problems are never ending. They're just going on. They're just going on. एक प्रॉब्लम खत्म हो गया तो दूसरा प्रॉब्लम आ गया, बाढ़ आ गई, नहीं तो बारिश नहीं हुई। ये सब प्रॉब्लम से कॉमन है। ऑस्ट्रेलिया चर्चल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, देख तो डचेस है ना इस क्लास में, आई एम मेरी डचेस। So now you are a rich princess. You are having loads and loads of money. तुझे फर्क पड़ेगा बाहर बारिश हो रही है, धूप गिरी है, कुछ भी होने, तेरे पास खाने पीने की चीजें नहीं, क्योंकि तुम इतना भी ज्यादा अमाउंट का वो चीज खरीद ले, और कोई तुझे कहेगा कि नो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू सेल इट टू यू, देन यू आर सेंडिंग योर सोल्जर्स टू किल देम. You have dominance, you have control over that region because you are the duchess. And let's say these boys, bichara, they are the peasants, they are growing food. Oh, what a bad luck. Soon you will get a chance to get a Louis 60. Don't worry. Again, bad luck is going to come out. So if these poor boys, they are peasants, they are growing food, they are वो खुद खेत में जाते हैं, खाना बना रहे हैं, मतलब पकानी है, ग्रो करा रहे हैं। एक ग्रो किया हुआ फूड ग्रेन्स जो है वो तुम्हें नहीं बेचना चाह रहे हैं, वो कह रहे हैं that no ma'am, even if you are giving us 10 lakh for this particular rice or wheat, we are not interested in selling you. You have a huge army. Next day morning, you make all of them slaves and you take away all the things that they have stored in their houses. Okay, आ गया तेरे पास खाना, खाती रहे कितना चाहिए, तो किसको प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? हम जैसे कॉमनर्स को, इन जैसे पेजेंट्स को। My dear. So because of this subsistence crisis, किसी के पास खाना नहीं था। आप देखो भाई इंडिया में मान लो, God forbid ऐसा कभी ना हो, लेकिन फिर भी मान लो अगर किसी दिन लोगों के पास खाने पीने की चीजें नहीं बचती है, आपको मार्केट में कुरकुरे मिलना बंद हो जाता है, डेयरी में चॉकलेट मिलना बंद हो जाता है, घर पे चावल मिलना बंद हो जाता है, रोटी माँ बनाने से मना कर देती है, मेड सर्वेंट आने से मना कर देती है, क्या करते हो? क्या करते हो? आप लोग होटल चले जाओगे खाना खाने, है ना, क्योंकि ये सारी चीजें अगर बंद हो गई तो आप कहीं बाहर जाते हो खाना खाने। तो अगर फ्रांस में इतने मरने के दिन आए हैं, किसी के पास खाने पीने की चीजें नहीं है, do you think people will still stick and start staying in France only? They will move out to some other countries where they will get food, they will get some livelihood, they will get some opportunity to earn money. That's what they did. When they are not getting any food in France, they are not having a good livelihood. There is a subsistence crisis in France. There was a group, third estate. Sorry, just imagine that pyramid and you can come to that third estate. So third estate people, what they did, बेटा, they said, जाने दो फ्रांस में तो मरने के दिन हैं, छोड़ो फ्रांस में ही रहने का, ऐसा किधर लिखा है? We move out to some other different places, to some foreign areas. The people who moved out, they were the middle class people, basically the manufacturers of woolen and silk textile, the merchants, the lawyers, the administrative officers. These names which I just now took, it indicates that they are wealthier middle class people, they are educated. Yes, so they can go to some other country and they can start earning a livelihood there. पैसा आने लग गया, है ना? फ्रांस में प्रॉब्लम है ना, हर जगह पे थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम है यूरोप में, सिर्फ फ्रांस में प्रॉब्लम होगी। So what they did, they went to different places in Europe and there they started earning money. As soon as they got money, what do you? Then now suppose you are super rich, super rich. Okay, you have loads and loads of money. Where are you going to spend it? पहले उसके ख्वाहिश तो पूरे करने लगे उसको, ऐसा सोचता है गाड़ी लेगा, गाड़ी खरीदो, आप चैरिटी कर दो, फायदा नहीं इसको पैसा दे, तो आप क्या करोगे उस पैसे का? दुनिया घूमोल टू, आप क्या करोगे बेटा? मम्मी पापा को दे दूंगा, वो जो करेंगे कर देना। ऐसा नहीं, कुछ तो बताओ जो आपने सोचा होगा। गर्ल्स योर टर्न। वो लोगों को हेल्प करेगी, अरे वाह, और क्या करेगी बेटा की जरूरत? इंडिया के डेवलपमेंट में सारा पैसा देगी, अरे पता है था पॉलिटिशियन दे पाएंगे। चलो और तुम क्या करेगी? हो गया, आप क्या करेंगे? खतरनाक। फ्रांस में भेजेंगे कुछ पैसा, किसी के दिमाग में ये नहीं आया हम हायर एजुकेशन लेंगे। वो आया था मेरा बच्चों को सर अपने एजुकेशन का क्या बेटा है? अपना एजुकेशन लेके ट्रांसपोर्ट पता है क्या बता सकते हो? क्लास इंटरैक्टिव अच्छा लगता है, पहले तो क्यों ठीक है ना, हम तो पैसे चाहिए ना, अगर पसंद नहीं। Okay, see the people of France, boys, come back to India. Come back. Now what these people in France they did, they thought कि चलो इतने दिनों तक तो हमको दो के रोटी के बारे में सोचना पड़ता था. There was a very tough time. When they had money, they were not able to purchase food. But that's not the situation now with them because they are earning money in the foreign land and खाने पीने की चीजें जो foreign land से खरीद के ला सकते हैं. So now they are no more in the dilemma that we should eat food or not, we should have our basic amenities or not. That is clear. As soon as the question of basic amenities got sorted, these middle class wealthier French people, they started investing their money in education. And when people get educated, what do they do? अच्छा आप एजुकेटेड हो सकते, सब लिटरेट हो, पढ़ लिख सकते हो, 9th तक पहुंच गए हो, अपने आप को किसी दूसरे बच्चे के साथ कंपेयर करो, कभी स्कूल नहीं गए, उसमें और आप में क्या फर्क है? नॉलेज खत्म हो, आपके पास नॉलेज ज्यादा है, उसके पास नॉलेज कम है, वेरी गुड, और क्या? पैसे नहीं है, ठीक है, पैसे तो बेटा आपके पास नहीं है, अभी है बैलेंस का डायमेंशन भी होता है, और कुछ आपका लाइफस्टाइल, आपका लाइफ का स्टैंडर्ड, आपके पास पैसे, ये सारी चीजें आपके बैलेंस है, आपका कुछ भी आपको एजुकेशन मिलने से कुछ फर्क लगा अपने लाइफ में? कुछ भी नहीं। जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगा, वो भी अभी नहीं, बड़े हो जाओगे तो एट दिस मोमेंट क्या हुआ आपको एजुकेशन मिलने से? सुबह की नींद बस खराब होती है, मम्मी उठाते हैं वही सड़ेला यूनिफॉर्म पहनाती है और स्कूल भेज देती है ना? ऐसा हो रहा है? देखो हाँ बिल्कुल होता है, स्कूल में पकते हैं हम लोग 6 घंटे करेक्ट में मन की बातें बोलते और उसके बाद रहने का, खाना खाने का, फिर ऑफिस ड्यूटी में आने का, इधर 4 घंटे तो ये अच्छा ऐसी है ठीक है. See, the basic thing that distinguishes between you from an illiterate, uneducated boy is you know what is morally correct and what is wrong. Yes or no? आपके सामने अगर एक कोई सिचुएशन आ जाता है तो आप डिसाइड कर सकते हो कि आपको ये करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए, because you know what is wrong, what is right, because you are educated. क्या मैं आपको बेवकूफ बना सकती हूँ? नहीं. क्या मैं आपको कुछ उल्टी सीधी बातें एनसीईआरटी में लिखा है ऐसा बोल के पढ़ा के भाग जा सकती हूँ यहाँ से? नहीं. क्योंकि आप भी पढ़ रहे हो, आपके सामने आपकी बुक खुली रखी हुई है. If I start speaking something about your 10th standard syllabus, which is not there in your 9th standard syllabus, you will be immediately able to make it out because you are literate. You can read your book. Yes or no? As soon as you are literate, as soon as you can read, as soon as you can understand things, people cannot do you. ये चीज तो आपके अपनी खुद की है ना, ये तो पेरेंट्स से नहीं आई है, ये आपके खुद के मेहनत से आया है, आपने खुद से पढ़ाई की है. Of course, they are supporting, they are giving you facilities, they are sent you to good schools, but to make morally correct judgments, it is completely dependent on the individual. I'm not saying that every illiterate or uneducated person doesn't have a capacity to make a morally correct judgment. Obviously, they are also capable to be. But वो ज़्यादा susceptible है किसी और के हाथों में करने की. Do you agree? Yes. तो यहाँ पर जब लोग पढ़ाई लिखाई करने लगे हैं तो सोचने लगे, और कोई अगर सोचता है तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Philosopher. What do we call those people who are philosopher? So here they are mentioning about 3 such philosophers. First is John Locke. इसको जॉन लॉक ही नहीं बुलाना है, लॉक की टिंगी याद नहीं करना है इसके नाम के साथ. ये क्या है? जॉन लॉक है. What he has written? He has written a book called Two Theories of Government. And in this book, he explains that we don't need a king, and no king shall ever have a divine or an absolute right to rule. These people, those who were uneducated in those times in France, they felt that Raja क्या है? भगवान है, भगवान. He has got a divine right. He has become a king. He has become a duke or a duchess. It is because he has got some divine sanctions. रात में आके जीसस इसके सिर पे बैंड फेर के गया था, बोला था कि इस वक्त तू राजा बनेगा. बॉटल भी बात तो नहीं हो सकती. ऐसा कौन बोल रहा है? जॉन लॉक बोल रहा है that there is no such divine right. Then you have another person to remember, Jean-Jacques Rousseau. What he says, he has written a book called Social Contract, and he says that if you want to run a government, then the government should be democratically representative. Or he has not used the word democratic, but he talks about a representative form of government. Representative form of government means, अगर मैं इस क्लास में आके कहूँ that I want a monitor in this class, I want a prefect in this class, and I say क्या मेरे क्लास का prefect ये बच्चा. This is not correct, no, because I have elected him as a prefect. Did I ask anyone of you what do you feel about him being a prefect, or what are your wishes to being a monitor? I didn't ask that. But if I'm asking everyone of you, I'm giving opportunity to everyone of you to become a monitor or a prefect, then that would be a representative form of election. Yes, सबको मौका मिलेगा. शायद आप कोई भी बनना नहीं चाहो, आप काम करना पड़ेगा. स्कूल में टीचर करवाती है, आप करवाओ, नॉन कर इंटरेस्टेड नहीं, ऑफर रिजेक्टेड है ना. Anyway, so what Jean-Jacques Rousseau says that there should be a government which is elected by the people. It should be democratic. Then comes another person that his name is Montesquieu. He says that the government, he has written a book called The Spirit of Law, and he says the government should never be concentrating all the powers in the hands of one person. It should be distributed, it should be divided. He talks about separation of powers, wherein he says that the government should function in 3 parts. That is the judiciary, executive, and the legislature. Legislature is the one that makes laws, executive is the one that executes the laws, and the judiciary is the one that interprets the laws. Okay? Yeah. Then it was first time put into force by USA, America. America ने कहते हैं हर चीज पहला तो यही करता है. यहाँ पे भी इसी ने पहली बार क्या किया? It put this idea of model of Montesquieu's division of power into force in their government after they got their 30 colonies from the British. आजकल अगर आप जाते हो public places, like a coffee house, a coffee shop, or a salon, then what do you come to hear across? People will be talking much about the government or the upcoming general elections, or they are talking about IPL matches. To be very Chennai जीता ना, नहीं जीता, नहीं जीता. Even I am very bad about सुनना I don't सुनने नहीं देता था बस इतना ही सुनाई दिया क्यों सुनाई दिया because in public places this is a talk the people talk about this आजकल तो ये बात है उस टाइम पे फ्रांस में what they used to talk about the philosophy of these three genuine people Montaigne Jean-Jacques Rousseau and John Locke whatever they said they used to talk about these philosophies in these public places right अब बात क्यों करेंगे इसके टाइम पास सारे के पास बात करेंगे बस नहीं people who are literate they will be able to read these books those three books that I just now took name of first was the two treaties of the government second was the social contract and the third was the spirit of the law but those who are illiterate they will not be able to read and understand the thought behind these philosophies and to make them understand what is the thought behind this philosophy, these people used to talk about it. And when they are talking, other illiterate people are also interacting with their बात करने को तो आता ना पढ़ना लिखना नहीं आता सो अलग बात है बात तो कर ही सकते हैं तो बात करके उनको समझाते थे कि भाई हम लोग ये जो मानते हैं ना राजा को भगवान भगवान नहीं है कपटी आ गई है बहुत हाँ भगाने का इसको this gives to make clear any doubt in this part This was all that we had studied in the previous class and we again spent a good whole lot of 45 minutes in revising it. I hope things are very clear. Moving further now, page number 8 NCERT, the outbreak of the revolution. Now, the whole thing that just now I explained for the three states, the clergy, the nobility and the third estate, this whole thing is known as old regime. What will you call it? Old regime. And in this old regime, the king is prominent. And the king, if he has to take up an important decision, he cannot take it all by himself. He will have to call a meeting. This meeting is of an estate general meeting. These states, all the three states that we just now discussed, their representatives are supposed to attend this meeting. Decision, but they are supposed to attend this meeting. And then पूछने का नाटक करेगा वो राजा and then finally they are going to decide that what they are going to do upon a particular problem that has come अब देखो प्रॉब्लम तो एक ही है भाई राजा के पास पैसा क्या हो रहा है कम जा रहा है पैसा है ही नहीं तिजोरी क्या हो चुकी है उसकी खाली हो चुकी है ठंडा गोपाल हो गया वो राजा है ना तो अब तिजोरी भरने के लिए क्या करेगा he will ask people to pay more taxes and who is supposed to pay this tax third estate, all the taxes are paid by only the third estate people. So now the king wants to increase tax. So he has called a meeting of estate generals. Now these estate generals is a political body like we have parliament now in India. Like we have Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, very detailed parliament. New building भी बना रखी है हम लोगों ने parliament को दिखाने के लिए. So this parliament form of thing in those times in France it correlated with the estate general. This meeting was previously called in the year 1614 and now again in 1789 the king is calling this meeting once again. Can you make an estimate कितने साल बाद बुला रहा होगा उस meeting को? 175 years later. पिछली बार मीटिंग कब बुलाई गई थी बेटा 1614 अब कब बुला रहा है कोई मीटिंग को 1789 में 170 को जिंदा था एक ही राजा थोड़ी है बेटा बीच बीच में दूसरे भी तो राजा आ रहे हैं क्या आपको इतना बड़ा लाइफ उसको अकेले को दे दोगे तो फिर फ्रांस को बेच ही खाएगा वो ऐसा तो लुइस 16 से पहले भी तो बहुत सारे मील होके गए होंगे ना तो उनके जमाने में 1614 में उन्होंने वेरी लाई थी अब वो वापस से 175 इयर्स के बाद फिर से मीटिंग बुला रहे हैं मतलब ये मीटिंग का कुछ मतलब है कि नहीं ना इट इज जस्ट फॉर सिंबॉलिक दिखावा करने के लिए हम लोग सबसे पूछ के डिसीजन लिए हैं तो दिखाने के लिए इन्होंने मीटिंग बुलाई क्या था उनका प्रपोजल क्या था इस मीटिंग के पीछे दे वांटेड टू पास they want to make a good strategy so that people will start paying more taxes, more money in the form of tax. So now in a resplendent hall है बहुत बड़ा शानदार hall. कहाँ का hall था? Versailles, his palace where this cruel king is staying. He called this meeting. The first and the second estates were supposed to send 300 representatives. And the third estate, that is the common, they are supposed to send 600 representatives. Now, why 600? Because their population is more as compared to the nobility and the clergy. But do you think they are giving well proportionate representation to these three estates? मेरा सवाल समझा है ना? बताओ। देखो मान लो इस क्लास में 3 बॉयज और 5 गर्ल्स हैं, हम पांचों क्या गर्ल्स, तो 3 बॉयज और 5 गर्ल्स, क्या रिप्रेजेंटेशन सही लग रहा है आप लोगों को? गर्ल्स का वुमेन पावर ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है स्ट्रॉन्ग। 5 हम लोग, तुम लोग 3 ही हो, फूट देंगे तुम लोग तो यहाँ क्या हो गया बच्चा, यहाँ बॉयज का रिप्रेजेंटेशन कम हुआ ना। अगर 5 गर्ल्स हैं तो 5 बॉयज भी तो होनी चाहिए थी, तब सही रिप्रेजेंटेशन होता। लेकिन अगर मैं कहूँ कि हम लोग मीटिंग ऐसे स्टार्ट करेंगे 3 बॉयज एंड 5 गर्ल्स, तो इट्स नॉट गुड ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ बॉयज, राइट? आई एम समथिंग इन इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट टुवर्ड्स यू, राइट? So ऐसा ही situation था फ्रांस में भी, the people of nobility and the clergy, they were given more representation despite of less population. उनका population कितना था? Only 10% था written on the board, and still they are getting representation of how much? 300 each. And your commoners, that is the third estate, their population is around 90%. Still they are getting representation of how much? Only 600. Even if it is double, it is very less compared to the population that they are having in France. Am I clear? ऐसे सुस्ता के क्यों बैठे हो ये सबके सब ना? क्या हो गया है? चलो मुस्कुराओ, सभी मुस्कुराओ, स्माइल स्माइल, बिग 6 inches स्माइल। बेटा आपको भी स्माइल करना पड़ेगा। 2 inches smile gave me. Okay, now never mind. Come back. So ये सारे लोग आए थे कहाँ है? वो रेस्प्लेंडेंट हॉल में आए। आने के बाद देखो इन बैठने की जगह किसके लिए थी? यहाँ पे तो किंग बैठेगा, किंग के लिए कुर्सी नहीं रखी है लोग। कोई बात, इमेजिन कर लेना एक अच्छी सी कुर्सी है यहाँ पर। यहाँ पे कौन बैठ रहा है? किंग। यहाँ पे कौन बैठेंगे? नोबिलिटी। यहाँ पे कौन बैठेंगे? क्लर्जी। तो थर्ड स्टेट वाले किधर बैठेंगे? उनको बैठने के लिए जगह ही नहीं थी, खड़े रहेंगे किधर? किंग के पीछे। राजा यहाँ बैठा है ना, उसके पीछे जो थोड़ी बहुत जगह बची है ना, उधर कौन खड़े रहेंगे? थर्ड स्टेट पीपल। थर्ड स्टेट पीपल आर सपोज कॉमनर्स, उनको बैठने के लिए ढंग से जगह भी नहीं दी थी। वेयर? इन द वर्सेलिस, हॉल ऑफ वर्सेलिस। सो दिस इज हाउ दे वर ट्रीटेड एज अ सेकेंडरी सिटीजन। उनकी कोई इज्जत नहीं थी, उनको कोई क्रेडिट नहीं। Then women were not allowed entry into this this state general meeting. Women and peasants and artisans, they were denied entry. अब जब एंट्री नहीं मिलती तो बेचारों ने क्या लिखा? उन्होंने लेटर्स लिखे। How many? 40,000 letters. Suppose if you are asked not to go to a particular place, yet you want to tell something, you want to convey a message, how could you do that? By writing a letter, right? That's what they did. तो लेटर लिखकर उन्होंने भेजा, उन्होंने कहा कि हमको भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन मिलना चाहिए। या उनको what happened? So they wanted representation, but you know राजा बहुत दुष्ट था, वो नहीं माना। उसने लेटर्स पढ़े लेकिन उसने कोई भी डिमांड नहीं मानी। You know लेटर में कुछ और भी चीजें थी। वो क्या चीजें थी? That we'll see now. क्या गिरा रहे हो बच्चे? पक गए हो क्या? स्कूल जाके आए हो क्या आप लोग? स्कूल स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ ना अभी तक? दुख की बात है। इन दोनों का पॉपुलेशन कितना था? ओनली 10% ना, और इनका पॉपुलेशन बचा 90%। फिर भी इन लोगों को देखो, इन लोगों को 300 रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, इनको भी कितना? 300 रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, और इनको कितना? 600 रिप्रेजेंटेटिव। इन 300 रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स में this had authority of 1 vote. These people had authority of 1 vote, and these had authority of 1 vote. क्या 300 के 300 लोग मिलकर एक ही डिसीजन पे आएंगे और एक ही वोट करेंगे। ये 300 के 300 भी मिलकर एक ही डिसीजन पर आएंगे, एक ही वोट करेंगे। और ये 600 के 600 लोग मिलकर they are supposed to arrive at one particular decision and cast their one single vote. Each person is not given right to vote. Are you getting me? Each state is given one vote. तो अब सवाल क्या है, टैक्स लगाना है या नहीं लगाना? टैक्स भरना किसको? थर्ड स्टेट। इन दोनों को कुछ फर्क पड़ेगा क्या? नहीं ना। ये लोग क्या बोलेंगे, लगाओ लगाओ, ये लोग चिल्लाएंगे मत लगाओ। Who is going to win in majority? Clergy and nobility। तो अल्टीमेटली जो फ्लैट टैक्स क्या होगा, लग ही जाएगा ना, क्योंकि ये 600 लोग हैं, फिर भी इनको वोटिंग अथॉरिटी कितनी है? जस्ट वन। और ये इस एक वोट में मना भी करेंगे तो भी मेजॉरिटी के सामने तो क्या हो जाएगा, इनका पलड़ा कमजोर पड़ेगा, वो नहीं जीत पाएंगे। Now why I'm saying these majority, क्योंकि ये लोग है तो कम 300 लेकिन वोटिंग इनको भी क्या मिली है, इक्वल मिली है। इनका आधा आधा वोट कर दो तो कंपटीशन बराबरी का होगा, यस और नो? या फिर इनको 2 वोट की अथॉरिटी दे दो, या फिर इनको हर एक को एक वोट करने का अपॉर्चुनिटी दे दो। तो ये 600 जन मिलकर 600 वोट करेंगे और ये 600 जन मिलकर 600 वोट देंगे। दिस इज व्हाट दे हैड डिमांडेड। They demanded in those 40,000 letters that each head should get a voting right, and this is what is correct according to the social contract book that is written by Rousseau. They even supported their statement by citing the things that is said by Rousseau. But क्या राजा मानने वाला है? राजा मानेगा? बिल्कुल नहीं मानेगा। He rejected. As soon as he rejected, these third estate people, they got mad at it. गुस्सा आ गया उनको। They left the hall. They left the state general meeting. Am I clear till this part? सबको सब कुछ समझा? पक्का? Confuse नहीं दिखता? ठीक? Questions पूछो क्या कुछ? पूछो। All books closed. ये रखूंगी तो फिर क्या? इसको देख के ही बता दोगे। क्या हुआ? What do you understand by old regime? Yes, in and then the society was divided into 3 parts: clergy, nobility, and third estate. The government was supposed to be run by the state general meeting. Yes, all that. Then. Why suddenly there was a subsistence crisis in France? What was happening? Population. How much the population increased? 5 million. पता नहीं कहाँ से सुन के आया है, 5 मिलियन लैब रखना है। नहीं तो अगर आप आसान करनी है लाइफ को तो 50 लाख भी लिख के आ सकते हो, चलेगा। Which were the 3 types of taxes that the third estates were supposed to pay? Direct tax or indirect tax. Which was the church tax? Direct tax. Sugar, salt, tobacco, also. Which is the book written by John Locke? Treatise of Government. What he says about government, John Locke? कुछ भी बोले मैम, हमको क्या? नहीं। Yeah, divine word is very important. लिख दिया आंसर में तो मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. If you forget divine, then gone. No divine power can help you then. Okay, so divine word is very important. So what John Locke says that king is not having any divine authority. कोई भगवान. And what is Rousseau's book? Social contract. What he's trying to tell you? He's trying to say that there should be a social contract. Yes, his social government, social contract book is trying to say that he wants a government which is a representative form. Okay, representative form of government. Now, which is the name of the legislative body? Now, what he's trying to say? He's dividing the which are then, which was the first country to put into force or implement the Montesquieu Amendment? Yes. When was the first meeting? Not first, that last time when was the meeting? Was at 16. And now when this fellow is again calling 1789. Why is he calling this meeting of Eastern General? मेरा ही बचपा होना भी चाहिए. I'm very happy when this type of pachka happens to me. Okay? When my students give all the answers very correctly, I'm the most happiest person. Then, how many representatives were sent by the nobility and the clergy? 300 each. And the representatives by the third estate, 600 each. Then, were peasants, artisans, and women allowed to enter the schools? What they did then when they were denied the right? What they were trying to tell the king in this 40,000 letters? Each person should get one vote, and that each estate that is having one vote, that is incorrect, that is not fair enough, because with that type of dealing, only the clergy and the nobility will win the elections, because they will form the majority. Then next, what can I ask? They quoted a philosopher in this letter. Who was he that they were trying to quote and cite? And which book he has written? Social contract. Be very confident. जो आता है बोल दो, या तो right होगा, या तो wrong होगा. Then the king, what he did? मान की बात है. He rejected this proposal, right? Now what the third estate people did? बैठे रहेंगे जेलरी नहीं ना, छोड़ के चले रहेंगे. Yes, they walked out of this meeting. What they did? They walked out. अब walk out करके क्या करेंगे बेटा? घर जाके सो जाएंगे? नहीं, घर जाके सोएंगे नहीं. क्या क्या है ना, कुछ दिनों के बाद इमीडिएटली यहाँ से गए और सीधा टेनिस कोर्ट में पहुंचे? क्या नहीं. ये सारे सिचुएशन किस दिन हुआ था? 5th मई को. 5th मई 1789 को हुआ था. उसके बाद ये लोग कब मिले? 20th जून को मिले. कब मिले बच्चा? 20th जून 1789. किधर मिले? टेनिस कोर्ट था, एक बड़ा सा कोर्ट जहाँ पे सारे के सारे 600 लोग इकट्ठा हो चुके. कौन से लोग थे बेटा? ये कॉमनर्स और थर्ड estate people. Yes, your third estate people, they all got collected in this tennis court. क्यों? टेनिस खेलना चाहते थे उधर. और क्या करने आए थे? डिस्कस. क्या डिस्कस किया उन्होंने? टेनिस कब खेलेंगे ये डिस्कस किया. अलग अलग आंसर. एनसीईआरटी में जो लिखा वो कोई नहीं बोल रहा है. क्या तुम लोग को? What they were trying to discuss. And not remove. रखेंगे किंग को. ऐसा क्या एक दिन उसको राजा बनाने का, दूसरे दिन मार मार के चल भगा दे उसको? ऐसा थोड़ी करते नहीं. अरे भगाने पे तुले बच्चे क्या कर रही था? मैं पहले भगाने नहीं. वो भी they decided to make the monarch. पहले monarch कैसा था? Absolute था ना. Absolute monarch था, मतलब जो मन में आ वही करेगा. अब उसको ना हम बदल देंगे, उसकी आत्मा बदलेंगे, उसकी सोच बदलेंगे और उसको क्या बनाएंगे? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोनार्क. क्या राजा को भगाएंगे लोग? नहीं, राजा स्टिल देयर. ऐसे आंसर पेपर में सीधा भगा के मत आना उस राजा को. रखना थोड़ी देर तक, ये वाले कहानी तक. फिर बाद में तो मार ही डालने वाले हैं लोग इसको. तब तक इसको जिंदा रखो. कैसा राजा बनेगा ये? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन होना। पता है मुझे बेल बजी है, थोड़ा टेंशन मत लो, जा रही हूँ मैं। पर एक चीज याद रखना, ये टेनिस कोर्ट में इन्होंने ओथ लिया। किस चीज का ओथ लिया बेटा? कि ये लोग पहले कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लिखेंगे। है ही नहीं इनके पास कोई बुक, पहले लिखना पड़ेगा ना एक बुक तो। और वो बुक क्या लिखेंगे? रामायण का बुक लिखेंगे लोग? नहीं ना, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का बुक लिखेंगे। और इस बुक में क्या लिखेंगे? फ्रांस का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। और उस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन किसको सौंप देंगे? वही राजा को। मानेगा नहीं मानेगा बात की बात, अगले क्लास में देखेंगे राजा क्या। बाय चिल्ड्रन।